Scorpio, welcome to Tourmaline Tarot. We're going to do your weekend read, see what's going on for you. What are we coming out of the gate with? Three of Swords, okay? Don't think it's Daddy Mustafa. Two of Pentacles reversed with Ace of Pentacles. I feel like it's not a bad back to the drawing board, but if you've been giving like too much energy to something, I feel like it kind of gets not called out, but addressed in the way that it's like, Scorpio, okay, like we can't have all the things, we can't do all the things, so we need to pick the thing. But whenever you hit the reset button, it's nice because Ace of Pentacles, it gives you like the latitude, like you're not starting from scratch. You still have all the stuff you need, and you're like, okay, let's build on this, let's keep going. Because what is this Three of Swords about? Knight of Pentacles reversed. Something wasn't going the way that you needed it to go. Give me one more on that. What about it? You weren't seeing the progress. Lovers reversed. Something that I feel like something you could potentially really have wanted, just it's not going to pan out the way you thought. But it's not like I said, you're not starting from scratch. You're not rising from the ashes. You still have some stuff, okay? Two of Pentacles reversed. Eight of Wands reversed. Listen to me, I'm coughing too. All right. There was some kind of, I feel like there was a breakdown in communication, or somebody wasn't giving. And that's what was the owl factor for you, is you're like, no, I'm here. But then it's like, I'm not saying someone cut off, but they just were not giving. Like there's like a big chasm between like what you were willing to do and what they were willing to do, which wasn't enough. So, I'm sorry, Eight of Wands, that was Nine of Swords reversed. We like seeing that, but Page of Cups reversed. Give me one more on that. There's like a hold back energy. Why were they doing that? King of Swords, the Moon, and Seven of Cups reversed. Go with me on this. I feel like somebody felt like they had options, but they're realizing, oh crap, I do not have options. Because the King of Swords is somebody who's like, I got this, not about to burn. But the Moon, it's like their gut was telling them like, I'm pretty cool, I got options. And then it's like, no, you do not have options. Or someone's dealing with illusions about themselves, where they're just like, oh, that's, or they're coming to realizations about themselves, where it's like, I don't have as much to offer as I thought I did. I'm not as great as I thought I. But with the Ace of Pentacles, there is a start again. So someone had to kind of figure themselves out, and they weren't talking. Knight of Wands. There's a willingness to move forward in something. I am framing this a little bit more in the relationship sense, but this could be you, Scorpio, being like, I know, I gotta be a little more realistic here, and let's restart it where this is, like I said, a relationship, somebody you're dealing with. It was like internal, not necessarily crisis, but they were trying to figure out where their time and energy was going, and it's a little more balanced. If there was like hurdy-gurdy, kind of a little all over the place, they weren't talking, you're like, well, what is going on? And they're like, meh. It's like radio silence. There's a balance that's getting struck with this. It's like, you get this, I get this. It's like a little bit more of a clearer delineation of who's doing what and why, because it's the Five of Wands and the Magician. But like I said, somebody really thought they had options, or they really thought that something was going to work out for them, and it kind of didn't. So they might still be in their feels about it. I know these are wands and, cups are emotions, but this is kind of like the Five of Wands is like, I hate to liken it to toddlers, but when they don't get what they want, there's like a mini tantrum, or like they're not going to talk, they're going to go sit in a corner, and you don't get to play with the toys. It's something along those lines. But with the Magician, I almost feel like they still feel like they got it. I still got it. So just watch out for that. Like, I think they realize they're not as fabulous as they think they are, but it's still there. Like, it's like pie in the sky. Not that they're like a hoax or something, or like a con person. That's what I was trying to think of. But they really do still think a lot of stuff is possible. And they might not be willing to accept it. Yeah, the Four of Swords reversed. Somebody's not accepting something and they still feel like, oh, I'm going to get in there, Tagger. And you're like, past your prime, whatever it may be, or you're not as amazing as you think you are. But we have the home. So there's stability and stuff that it's kind of, you might be more concerned with that, Scorpio. And you're kind of watching this and you're like, okay, just as long as you don't get in my sphere, okay? But there's offers. I feel like this is almost outside of this situation. I feel like you've been a spectator to this and you've been watching this roller coaster and you're like, I'm not spending my tickets on that. Whatever it is. There's emotions and stuff. I feel like somebody does want to give, but at the same time, it's like they still have these pie in the sky things. There's a little pie in the sky things. They kind of think things are possible or that they deserve more recognition than what they're getting for what they're doing. But I feel like there is kind of like not wake-up call, but something is kind of like the inciting incident where they're like, oh crud, that was too many. But it was the rider, so something news-wise might kind of pop up here. So what is this lightning about? Yeah, it's like something does kind of put them in check. Something puts them in check. They kind of get their head out of their tush. But they still are holding on to something. Like they're not giving up on something. But when everyone else is like, hi, you might want to rethink it. They're like, no, I got this. So there's a stubbornness. And whether or not you join in on this is another thing, because I think you have opportunities coming that are kind of be a lighter version of what's going on here. You know what I mean? Like you can kind of breathe a little bit and be like, okay, this is refreshing. So Libra, sorry, you might be dealing with Scorpio. That's what we're talking about. All right. So that's what I have for you, and I'll talk to you later.